रथोत्तमम्। भीष्मद्रोणप्रमुखतः सर्वेषां च महीक्षिताम् उवाच पार्थ पश्यैतान् समवेतान् कुरूनिति। तत्रा पश्यत् स्थितान् पार्थः पितॄनथ पितामहान् आचार्यान् मातुलान् भ्रातृपुत्रान् पौत्रान् सखींस्तथा श्वशुरान् सुहृदश्चैव सेनयोरुभयोरपि। तान् समीक्ष्य स कौन्तेयः सर्वान् बन्धूनवस्थितान् कृपया परयाविष्टो विषीदन्निदमब्रवीत्। अर्जुन उवाच दृष्ट्वेमं स्वजनं कृष्ण युयुत्सुं समुपस्थितम् सीदन्ति मम गात्राणि मुखं च परिशुष्यति वेपथुश्च शरीरे मे रोमहर्षश्च जायते गाण्डीवं स्रंसते हस्तात् त्वक्चैव परिदह्यते न च शक्नोम्यवस्थातुं भ्रमतीव च मे मनः निमित्तानि च पश्यामि विपरीतानि केशव न च श्रेयोनुपश्यामि हत्वा स्वजनमाहवे न काङ्क्षे विजयं कृष्ण न च राज्यं सुखानि च किं नो राज्येन गोविन्द किं भोगैर्जीवितेन वा येषामर्थे काङ्क्षितं नो राज्यं भोगाः सुखानि च त इमेव स्थिता युद्धे प्राणान् त्यक्त्वा धनानि च आचार्याः पितरः पुत्रास्तथैव च पितामहाः मातुलाः श्वशुराः पौत्राः शालाः सम्बन्धिनस्तथा एतान्न हन्तुमिच्छामि घ्नतोऽपि मधुसूदन अपि त्रैलोक्यराज्यस्य हेतोः किं नु मही कृते निहत्य धार्तराष्ट्रान्नः का प्रीतिः स्याज्जनार्दन पापमेवाश्रयेदस्मान् हत्वैतानाततायिनः तस्मान्नार्हा वयं हन्तुं धार्तराष्ट्रान् स्वबान्धवान् स्वजनं हि कथं हत्वा सुखिनः स्याम माधव यद्यप्येतेन पश्यन्ति लोभोपहतचेतसः कुलक्षयकृतं दोषं मित्रद्रोहे च पातकम् कथं न ज्ञेयमस्माभिः पापादस्मान् निवर्तितुम् कुलक्षयकृतं दोषं प्रपश्यद्भिर्जनार्दन कुलक्षये प्रणश्यन्ति कुलधर्माः सनातनाः धर्मे नष्टे कुलं कृत्स्नम् अधर्मोऽभिभवत्युत अधर्माभिभवात् कृष्ण प्रदुष्यन्ति कुलस्त्रियः स्त्रीषु दुष्टासु वार्ष्णेय जायते वर्णसङ्करः सङ्करो नरकायैव कुलघ्नानां कुलस्य च पतन्ति पितरो ह्येषां लुप्तपिण्डोदकक्रियाः दोषैरेतैः कुलघ्नानां वर्णसङ्करकारकैः उत्साद्यन्ते जातिधर्माः कुलधर्माश्च शाश्वताः उत्सन्नकुलधर्माणां मनुष्याणां जनार्दन नरके नियतं वासो भवतीत्यनुशुश्रुमा अहो बत महत्पापं कर्तुं व्यवसिता वयम् यद्राज्यसुखलोभेन हन्तुं स्वजनमुद्यताः यदि मामप्रतीकारम् अशस्त्रं शस्त्रपाणयः धार्तराष्ट्रारणे हन्युस्तन्मे क्षेमतरं भवेत् सञ्जय उवाच एवमुक्त्वार्जुनः सङ्ख्ये रथोपस्थ उपाविशत् विसृज्य सशरं चापं शोकसंविघ्नमानसः ॐ तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे अर्जुनविषादयोगो नाम प्रथमोऽध्यायः। अथ द्वितीयोऽध्यायः। सञ्जय उवाच तं तथा कृपयाविष्टम् अश्रुपूर्णकुलेक्षणम् विषीदन्तमिदं वाक्यम् उवाच मधुसूदनः। श्रीभगवानुवाच कुतस्त्वाकश्मलमिदं विषमे समुपस्थितम् अनार्यजुष्टमस्वर्ग्यम् अकीर्तिकरमर्जुन। क्लैब्यमास्मगमः पार्थ नैतत्त्वय्युपपद्यते क्षुद्रम् हृदय दौर्बल्यम् त्यक्त्वोत्तिष्ठ परन्तप। अर्जुन उवाच कथम् भीष्ममहम् सङ्ख्ये द्रोणम् च मधुसूदन ईशुभिः प्रतियोत्स्यामि पूजार्हावरिसूदन। गुरून् हत्वा हि महानुभावान् श्रेयो भोक्तुम् भैक्ष्यमपीह लोके हत्वार्थकामास्तु गुरूनिहैव भुञ्जीय भोगान् रुधिरप्रदिग्धान् न चैतद्विद्मः कतरन्नो गरीयो यद्वा जयेम यदि वा नो जयेयुः यानेव हत्वा न जिजीविषामः तेव स्थिताः प्रमुखे धार्तराष्ट्राः कार्पण्यदोषोपहतः स्वभावः पृच्छामि त्वां धर्मसम्मूढचेताः यच्छ्रेयस्यान्निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्तेऽहं शाधि मां त्वां प्रपन्नम्।
प्रणाम महाराज।
नमस्कार।
प्रणाम।
We'll start with our prayer. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Asato ma Sadgamaya Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Aviravirmayedhi. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanina Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshiniim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Amba Tvam Anusandadhami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshinim. May we be protected, may we be nourished, may we strive with energy and vigor. May our study be enlightening and not give rise to hostility. Om peace. peace, peace. Lead us to truth and not to untruth. Lead us to enlightenment and not ignorance. Lead us to immortality and not death. Let the self-manifest Atman grow in me. Om, peace, peace, peace. Om, O Bhagavad Gita, with which Partha was enlightened by the Lord Narayana himself, and which was incorporated in the Mahabharata by the ancient sage Vyasa, the Blessed Mother, the destroyer of rebirth, showering down the nectar of Advaita, and consisting of 18 chapters. Upon thee, O Bhagavad Gita, O loving Mother, I meditate. So we are meditating, we are reading Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and we are in chapter 11. 11th chapter. We have covered a great deal, but still we have to go a long way. So, because we have come up to 11, but 11 is the number. But what we have to go a long way, that is to prepare the ground. This is Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga, to see God's universal form. So to see God's universal form, it is available all the time. Only we have to go a long way to prepare the ground, to prepare ourselves. It is not that the sun is covered. It is we cover our eyes to not to see the sun. It is very much present all the time. Vishwam Darpanamish. So this in the Vishnu Sahasranam also, it starts with Om Vishwam. So it is whatever we see, it is manifestation of God. But all the time we see it is only ordinary creation, it is matter only. So we need to develop our eyes. I cite the example of Swami Sridharananji, so who gives the example of a watch. For an ordinary person, watch is very useful because it gives us notion of time, how much time we have spent for a particular purpose. But a person who has aesthetic sense has developed another vision, another aspect of looking at it, and that is it's aesthetic. That means if the same watch one see only to use it as an instrument to measure time, but a person with aesthetic sense will see a beautiful watch. The third person will see not only the time, its utility, not only its beauty, but he knows how it works, mechanics of it, mechanical engineer. Third person will come who is metallurgical engineer. He knows how to measure time, but he also knows it's a beautiful watch and it is how it works, but he knows the components, various components and ingredients of those. The fifth person comes, fourth or fifth, whatever number, he knows that not only metallurgy, but he knows the atomic structure, how it works, the whole atomic theory he knows. So he knows the whole world. Though it has utility, like watch, it has utility, it has beauty, it has its mechanical principles, and also how it is made up of. We can increase the number. When somebody can know how it can be manufactured. So it depends on the person how much one has developed oneself. Then only one can see the beauty of it, or in its real perspective. Since we are ordinary person, we see only outer side of it, only on the surface. And we see human being, we may see animal, plants, so many things. But if a person has got artistic sense, in this same world, he or she will find beautiful scenario. When one sees the mountain or ocean on the sky, immediately he identifies, oh, what a beautiful world this is. Similarly, if a scientist, so he knows how it works, say molecular biologist, so he knows how all the animals evolved. But ultimately, one who knows that everything is nothing else but energy and energy itself. But a spiritual scientist will say, I understand that it has utility, it has beauty, it has so many aspects, but I know this is Brahman itself. But we do not see. Why? Because we have not readied ourselves to see this. So main thing is to prepare ourselves. That is why I said we are long way to go to prepare ourselves. But here Arjuna stands in between two armies, and he asks many questions, and God with compassion answers all his questions. Now it is a juncture that he was not satisfied with his questioning, that I want to hear from him, but I want to see. You know, when we say Niagara Falls, right from our childhood we heard Niagara Falls. So naturally everybody, oh, it's a beautiful, it's a, wonderful, and so many things are to be seen, and lighting, and you can go there. So it is not enough to hear. One has to go there. And last September I went there. The point is that after listening a great deal, then it comes the desire that one should realize it. So here comes. Arjuna said, by the supremely profound words on the discrimination of self, and have been spoken by thee out of compassion towards me, this my delusion is gone. So he says that the delusion has gone, at least some extent, because it will come again, and again he has to drive away. But as we see, in the beginning Bhagavan says, what is Atman, what is Anatman? And he tells point blank that you are Atman. Nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam dhati pavakah, na chainam kledayant tapa na shoshayati marta. You are the self. Nothing can destroy you. Neither all these armies, you think they are going to die, but actually nobody can touch them because they are Atman. What they do only, natvevaham jatu nasam Nattim neme janadipa. It is not that you were not there. It is not that I was not there. It is not all these kings were not there. Only what happens? The waves subside. But the content is the same. The water will be the same. There will be no destruction of that. So, Sri Krishna told Arjuna how to see the self and what is the sign and symptoms of steady wisdom. And so many things he has said. So now Arjuna admits, yes, you have told me all these. And I realize this is the truth. Madanugrahaya paramam. You have, out of your compassion for me, you have given me supreme truth. Guhyam adhyatma sangitam. You have told me what is the subtlest of subtle. Tattvayuktam vachastena mohoyam gitam. My confusion has gone, but what is remaining? And how you create this? Bhavapyayo hi bhutanam sruto vistarashamaya. You have given in details how you create. In the 7th chapter we have already studied that aparayamatyastanyam prakritim vidhime param. So para prakriti and apara prakriti. I take control of my maya and create this. So you have how you create and destroy. Bhavapayo hi bhutanam sruto vistarashamaya. You have given me in details. Tattvaha kamala patraksha. So of thee, O lotus-eyed, I have heard at length of the origin and dissolution of beings, as also thy inexhaustible greatness. This I have heard. But that increases my desire to see you. Evam etad athatyam tvam atmanam parameshwara. So it is, O Supreme Lord, as thou hast declared thyself, I desire to see thy Ishvara form. I want to see your Ishvara form. Rupam Aishwaram Purushottama Drashtum Ichchami. Because you have said how you create, how you preserve, how you absorb, I want to see that. Now you have increased my desire to see, so please be kind enough. Yogeshwara tato me tvam darshayam atmanam abhyayam. Please, though you are abhyaya, means immutable, but I want to see that form. It is like developing eyes, as I said. If you want to see the whole world as the ocean of matter, then you are to study atomic physics, the molecular physics. Then you can see that though we think that it is vacant, but it's not vacant. It's full of energy. Say oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, and so many, carbon dioxide, so many gases are there. And not only that, what people previously used to think that it is vacant, now they say it is full of dark energy. So this is the scientific way of seeing. Even scientifically also you can see the whole universe as an ocean of existence. Whereas a spiritual scientist will come, yes, I understand all what you are saying. But over and above that, it is all drishya. It is only seen. Who is the seer? That is more important. And drishya, even whatever happens, the double slit experiment, that showed that it is the observer that affects the whole observation. The observer is important. Objects, yes, it is subservient, but it is projected by observer. So observer is the reality. what you are seeing only outer expression, that is not the reality. It is like chasing your dream. You cannot chase your dream. Ultimately, dreams will culminate into you. You are the reality. So a spiritual scientist would come and say, you are that reality. Discover it. And then whole scenario changes. So here comes Yogesh Tatoma Darsham Darshay Atma Atmanam Abhyam. Your immutable form, please show me your immutable form. Now Bhagavan says, Pashyame Partharupani. Now he shows, Pashyame Partharupani. He is ready. Always it is ready. But we are not ready. Pashyame Partharupani Shathashota Sahasrasha Nana Vidhani Divyani Nana Varna Kritinicha. Behold, O son of Pritha, my hundreds and thousands, my different forms, celestial of not celestial, it is divine. Last time I got corrected, though its translation is this. Yeah. So, Nana Vidhani Divyani, divine form. If you can see, it is divine form. If you cannot, it's only a matter. Because we are not ready. So, Pasya Aditya Vasun Rudra. Now he enumerates what you will see. Behold the Adityas. We have already details we have discussed, so I am not going in details now. The Vasus, the Rudras, the twin Ashwins and Maruts. Behold, O descendant of Bharata, many wonders never seen before. See now, O Gurakesha, in this my body, the whole universe centered in one, including the moving and the unmoving. So something is moving and something is unmoving. Yaikastam Jagat Krishnam Pasyadyasa Characharam Mama Dehe Gurakesha. So you can see in me. Some are moving, some are not moving, but the whole universal form. Natumam shakyase drashtum aneinaiva sachaksha. But you cannot see by these eyes. Whatever the eyes that we have, it has limitation. Even see, if I remove my specs, things are blurred. So this is called Paroksha Jnanam. Paroksha. Paroksha means by means of other instruments. So this instrument is other than me, in front of me, not me. But there is another way of seeing. It is called aparoksha. Aparoksha means not interfered by anything, any instrument. Aparoksha jnana. I give example, of course that's our standard example. Like you, if somebody comes, even God comes and says, you don't exist. So you'll say, I understand God. You have so many business, you please get yourself busy in those things. I know that I am. How we know? It is because of our direct knowledge. Nobody needs a certificate from anybody that he or she exists. I exist. And I am aware that I am existing. So this is called direct knowledge. So here he says you cannot see. Again, this also our perception is different. I'll explain that. Our perception is different. Until or unless God is gracious enough to give us right understanding, we cannot see ourselves. So Sri Ramakrishna comes here. Sri Ramakrishna and Narendranath. So Narendranath, young man, want to know. He goes to various religious teachers and asks, Sir, have you seen God? nobody affirms, nobody says yes. And then he goes to another person. So he says, yeah, you have a eyes of a yogi. If you try, you can see him. Then he lands at Dakshineshwar and he asks the same question with Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna says, yes, I have seen. And not only that, I see clearly, more clearly than I see you. Because seeing you means I use my external instrument. But how I see more clearly? As I see myself. And not only that, if you want, I can show you. But then he said, alas, who wants to see? So anyway, after certain visit, then Sri Ramakrishna thought maybe now he is ready. So one day he, while conversing with Narendranath, he touched him. And as soon as he touched him, he experienced that this whole temple garden and the houses were encircling and gradually was merging in the self. The whole thing became vivid to him. And seeing this, that whole thing is getting encircled and then gradually revolving, and the sun and moon and all these things are getting merged in one. He could not bear it. He said, what have you done to me? I have my parents at home. So Sri Ramakrishna smiled and said, oh, I see, you have parents at home. Okay, things will happen in course of time. So Narendranath also was not ready. Same Narendranath was pestering him when he was at Kashipur garden house. He was pestering. I want that experience. I want that experience. And after a long struggle, then one day he attained that state. And he said, in course of time he said, Gopalda, where is my face? Where is my limbs? Where are the limbs? And Gopal thought that it has gone wrong, something. And also he was inert. And then Gopal Maharaj, Buddha Gopal Maharaj, Swami Advaitananda, came running to Sri Ramakrishna and said that Narendra has died. So Sri Ramakrishna smiled and said nothing to worry about. He pestered for this me a long time, so not to worry. Now Naren was ready. So this requires, now Arjuna is standing in between two armies and requesting, Lord, please show me your universal form. Now what kind of seeing this? Okay, we'll come to that later. Let us cover a little more so that after that we go forward. So now Sanjay interludes and he says, Eva muktva tato rajan mahayogeshwaro hari darsayamasa parthaya paramam rupam aishwaram. Having thus spoken, O King Hari, the great Lord of Yoga, showed unto the son of Pritha his supreme Ishvara form. So he showed that Ishvara form. What is that? Aneka vaktra nayanam, aneka adbhuta darshanam, aneka divyabharanam, divyo aneko uddatayudham. So what he saw? With numerous mouths and eyes, with numerous wondrous sights, with numerous celestial ornaments, with numerous celestial weapons uplifted, ready for. So So he saw that. What kind of seeing this? We cannot imagine. We cannot imagine. Only similar meditation is there in in Trishikho Brahmana Upanishad. So how Surya Koti Dutiraham. Let me read it. Surya Koti Dutiratham Nityo Dita Adhukshajam. So what is that? Like Surya Koti, thousands of sun is shining. And Nityodita Adhukshajam. And similarly, who is manifesting eternally. And it is not the objects of the senses. It is not the objects of senses. Though it has many forms, what kind of forms? This cannot be described. Though there are many faces, see, we can imagine many faces of many animals. Even unexplored depth of the ocean, we find lots of different kinds of animals, various faces. Animals means fish there. And various kind of faces, various shapes. But this is not being said. What is being said? It is divine form. Brahmananda ji had that, he was from Sakar. Sakar means with form. Sakarer ghar. Means he came from the realm which is within the sphere of forms. So Brahmanandaji would say that I see gods and goddesses in so many forms, unending. So here it is the form of divine. It is not ordinary forms that we see through our senses. Rather, it is divine form. So many faces, many arms, and many weapons, and so many Nana Varna Dharam. So this is the origin is this from Trishikho Brahman Upanishad. So from there, and it is Gita said Sarva Upanishadu Gavo Dugdha Gopal Nandan. Like all the Upanishads are milking cow. And Partha Vatsa, Sarva Upanishad Gavo Dugdha Gopal Nandan. And Krishna is like milker. And Partha Vatsa, Partha means Arjuna. Arjuna is calf. And Dugdham Gitamritam Mahat. And the milk that is coming from all the Upanishads, and by the grace of Lord Krishna, he is milking. And what is that nectar? It is Gita. Sarva Upanishado Gavo Dugdha Gopal Nandana Partha Vatsa Sudhir Bhokta. We are the enjoyer. Dugdham Gitamritam Mahat. And this Dugdha is milk, is supremely qualified nectar. Like so, now what kind of experience is this? We can see a little from Sri Ramakrishna. So I'll read from the life of Sri Ramakrishna and his divine play. We heard from the master that one day, at the time he was singing to the Divine Mother and praying and crying bitterly, he implored piteously, "O Mother, I have been praying to you so long. Why don't you listen to me? You showed yourself to Ram Prasad. Why won't you show yourself to me?" The master described that happened then. What happened then? There was an unbearable pain in my heart because I could not have a vision of Mother. Just as a man wrings out a towel with all his strength to get the water out of it, so I felt as if my heart were being wrung out. I began to think I should never see mother. I was dying of despair. In my agony, I asked myself, what is the use of living this life? Suddenly my eye fell on the sword and that hangs in the mother's shrine. I decided to end my life then and there. Like a madman, I ran to the sword and seized. Then I had a marvelous vision of the mother and fell down unconscious. On another occasion, the master said, narrated to in detail and same wonderful vision. It was as if the room, doors, temple, and everything else vanished altogether, as if there were nothing anywhere. And what I saw was an infinite shoreless ocean of light. That ocean was consciousness. However far and in whatever direction I looked, I saw shining waves, one after another, coming towards me to swallow me up. They were madly rushing towards me from all sides with a terrific noise. Very soon they were upon me, and they pushed me down into unknown depths. I panted and I struggled and lost consciousness. So they are a kind of expression. This is also expression. What happened to him. It cannot be described. It cannot be described. What kind of light when it is unalloyed? Say, within us also we can see some light. By that light, all your actions, all your perceptions, all your memory, all your worries, anxieties, everything is seen. But when all these are absent, what kind of light that is? It is undescribable. So, this way Sri Ramakrishna was enlightened. But this is also an outer expression. Then after certain time came a Swami, naked Swami, Totapuri, and he initiated him into sannyasa. And he made him listen the Vedantic thoughts with arguments, with various parables. And then he instructed him to meditate on that indivisible form, immutable form. Again, it is not a form, but how to say. And he tried for 3 days and 3 nights. Every time his mind is concentrated, the divine face of Mother would appear before him. And his mind was naturally attracted to her. And then he said, I cannot meditate. To his guru he said, it's impossible for me. Every time I try, this Mother who comes with her smiling face, and I am totally one with her. Then that angry monk said, "Kyun nahi hoga?" How it cannot happen? Then he found a piece of glass and pierced his in between his brows. And then he said, "Meditate on this pain." This time he tried, and then he merged in that supreme existence, immutable self. And for 3 days and 3 nights, he was in that state. And this old man, Totapuri, was, what has happened? What is Devi Maya hai? What a divine expression of the Maya, the supreme enchantress. Kya Devi Maya hai? What I tried for 40 years, this small young lad, he achieved it in 3 days. So what is that expression or experience cannot be said. But here, because we are to use some words, here also some words are used. What is those? What are those? Divya malyam vardharam, divya gandhanulepanam, wearing divine garlands and apparel, anointed with divine scented augments, the all wonderful, resplendent, boundless, and all formed. Divi Surya Sahasrasya Bhaved Yuga Paduttita Yadibha Sadrishi Sasyad Bhasastasya Mahatmana. If the splendor of 1,000 suns were to rise up simultaneously in the sky, that would be like the splendor of that mighty being. When atomic explosion happened for the first time, similar expression he thought, a person thought, a scientist thought. But it's only outer expression. That is not the thing. It is within. And what he experienced. If the splendor of 1,000 suns were to rise up simultaneously in the sky, that would be like the splendor of that mighty being. So this way Bhagavan continues, Tatraikastham Jagat Krishnam Pravibhaktam Anekadha. Though ekastham means though unified one, but still he is as if divided. There in the body of the God of gods, the son of Pandu, then saw the whole universe resting in one with its manifold divisions. Tatra ekastham Jagat Krishnam, the whole world. Jagat means here not only, we see only outer expression, only skin deep. We see only skin. What is behind this? Muscles, the vessels, the various kinds of blood vessels, and then the bones, etc., and so many things. So we see only outer surface of this world. What is behind this? That's divine. And it is as if divided. Prabhibhaktam anekadha. Apashya devasya sharirya pandavastada. There in the body of the God of gods, the son of Pandu, then saw the whole universe resting in one with its manifold divisions. Tataha sa vishmayavisto rishtharoma dhananjaya pranamya shirasa devam kritanjali rabhashata. Then Dhananjaya, that means Arjuna, who has conquered all resources, filled with wonder, with his hairs standing on end, bending down his head to the Deva in adoration, spoke with joined palms. So what he said? He only can pray. What is that? Pashyami devans tava deva dehi. I see all the devan. I see all the devas, O Deva, O divine. I see your divine form. In thy form, in thy body, and hosts of all grades of beings, Brahma, the Lord seated on the lotus, and all the rishis and divine serpents. So, Pashyami devans tava deva dehe, sarvans tatha bhuta vishesha sanghan, brahmanamisham kamalasanastham rishishcha sarvan uruganshcha divyan. So I see so many forms, and all divine forms. So here, Arjuna, by saying this, he praises. These are words, words to express the inner feeling. Pashyami Devan Tava Devadehe. In your divine form, I see various kinds of forms and various kinds of beings. And also I see Brahma, Vishnu. Vishnu is Sri Krishna. Brahmanam Isham Kamalasanastam. He is sitting on a lotus. So this is, in our Purana, all kinds of, Purana means, it is, people say mythology, but it's not mythology, it's kind of another way of expressing universal truth through various stories. Because common people cannot understand Upanishad, so same Upanishadic truths were depicted through various stories. So that is called Purana. Though it is old, but it is new. It evolves with the time. Like churning of ocean. Churning of ocean is happening even now. So two cultures or various cultures are churning, and then something good is also appearing, something bad also is appearing. So great churning of ocean is going on. We see our scriptures from three perspectives. One is the physical, Adhi Bhautik. Adhi Devik, one is the principle. And third is Adhyatmik, the spiritual. So Rama and Ravana, even you can go today and see there is Ayodhya and Sarayu, the same river. And Sri Lanka also there. So physically also there was Rama. Jo Ram Dashrath ka beta, wahi Ram ghat ghat mein leta. That Rama who is the son of Dashratha, Dashratha is the king, the same Rama is residing in all forms. So one thing is physical, and Rama, Ravana. And another thing is principle. Even in the society you can find the same principle of Rama and Ravana is fighting, even now. And same Kaurava and Pandavas are fighting now. And third is Adhyatmik, Adi Bhautik, Adi Devik, and Adhyatmik. Within us also we can find the Rama and Ravana and Sita. Sita is allured by a golden deer. And when she was tempted, Ravana kidnapped her. So same thing happens with Jivatma. When Jivatma is allured by the temptation of this world, that means golden deer, then the Jivatma is abducted by Ravana. So we can see these three aspects in our scriptures. So here also, all the Purana stories are like that. It is to convey some truths which it's abstracted otherwise. The thing is something they are to convey which have no words. How to convey? So they are to invent some stories. And then we understand stories. But the problem is, then we are caught up in stories. And if there is some ambiguity there, we say, why is this ambiguity? But we have to undermine that ambiguity and see the principle behind. So anyway, like in Ramayana, if we see like Hanuman is monkey faces. But he's not Vanara, who used to live in Vana. And it's a forest dwellers. So anyway, all this little ambiguity, then we are caught up there. We are to see the principle behind. So here also all kinds of forms, even the Brahma is meditating on a lotus. All these, lotus, what is that? Vishnu is lying within us. And when he wants to create, Brahma comes out of from Vishnu's navel comes a lotus, and on that Brahma is seated. So what is the idea? See, I am speaking. What happens? Even for speaking, I press my navel area, and then I speak. So speaking has got four aspects: para, pashanti, vaikhari, and vaikhari. So the vaikhari when I am speaking out, but before that there is a subtle form, and before that there is a causal form, and then before that is a cause, the supreme cause, cause of all causes. So para is that one, para, and then madhyama, para, pashyanti, madhyama, and then vaikhari. So madhyama is in between, and pashyanti is like cause, and para is supreme, which is cause of all causes. So even for creating this sound wave, it comes from there. So this way, what I am saying, that principle is depicted through that. So here, Brahmanamisham, Brahma is seated on a lotus that has come out of the navel of Vishnu. So when he wants to create that supreme being who is lying as if lying, sleeping within us, but he wants to create, and then he creates Brahma first. So this is Brahmanam Isham Kamalasanastham Rishishya Sarvan Uruganscha Dibyan. So all the rishis, because rishis are mantra drashtara, rishayaha mantra drashtara, who saw the mantras. Mantras means mananatrayati yasa. Whatever is, when you contemplate, that helps you to redeem, that helps you to undecipher the riddles. So, and then you are emancipated. So the mantra, who saw mantras are called rishis, rishayaha mantra drashtara. So rishishcha sarvan uruganscha dibyan. So all kinds of say creatures, the divine creatures. So first divine, and then outer manifestation. Divine, again, divine means diva dvotanavan. Whatever shines, that is divine. What shines? You know, like we have concept, oh, there is a and that with what is that called? No, that with fears. No. Angels. So we conceive angels with like comes like this. But actually it is, see things this way. Whatever shines, what shines? The principle shines. Say, light is shining, as it were, here. Light is shining. We see each other because of light. Think of the principle of light. That shines. So, principle is the shining. So, all the divinities, it is not angel, like came like, with fur, etc., or wings. And it's not like that. It is the principle that comes to a person, and then realization happens. So here also, Sarvan Urugansha Divyan, all divine forces. So before manifesting this gross world, it is the divine the principle that manifests. Say, this house was built, but this house is standing because of some principles, gravitational principles. That's why the roof is not falling. But we cannot see this. So to express this subtle thing to children, we say, there is an angel who is holding this and with two the wings. And children are happy. Yes, I understand. But we have to see the behind, see the principle behind. So Sarvan Uruganshcha Divyan, all kinds of divine form. I see all the devas, O Deva, in thy form, and hosts of all grades of beings, Brahma, the Lord seated on the lotus, and all the rishis and and again not celestial, it is divine serpents. Serpents is creatures. Like they know serpents are there. Maybe they know that snake, Adam and Eve, and that's tempting that serpent. It's not like that. All creatures. Anek bahudar vaktra netram pashyami tvam sarvato anantarupam nantam na madhyam na punastavadim pashyami vishveshwara vishwarupam. I see thee of boundless form on every side with manifold arms. See, because we see only arms. See, arms, limbs, chest or trunk, then head. So how to depict God? Suppose you want to say to a child, how can you say? Oh, it's a divine form, divine hands, divine faces, divine limbs, and then weapons. So like that, we are also children. To convey the idea, Gita has taken this kind of words. But it is beyond that. You have to see the principles behind all these words. Anek bahudara vaktra netram. So I see thee a boundless form on every side with manifold arms, stomachs, mouths and eyes, as if God is dependent on stomachs, eyes or face or limbs. God is not dependent. You see, even intellectually also we understand. He is subtlest of subtle. It is not of this kind that we try to conceive. And eyes neither the end nor the middle nor also the beginning of thee do I see, O Lord of the universe, O universal form. And also, they depict. Suppose this is a TV serial, then I'll show you, lots of forms and there is no end. And Arjuna is standing with folded hands. And then maybe some music and some very ferocious music or dreaded music. Then, children, fine, wow. Now we understand. But to understand, we have to go to Narendranath. And right from the Narendranath state, and then to Vivekananda. And from Gadai Ramakrishna's other name, from Gadai to Ramakrishna. So this is the great transition that happens. And this is only the means. This is only to indicate that thing. So realization is completely different than reading a book. You can read about Portland endlessly. But when you come to Portland, then only you can realize, what is Portland? You can read about the, falls, what is that? Niagara Falls. But the experience is completely different. It's not what you read. Reading is only some, black letters on white paper. But that is not the case. The realization is completely different all together. So I think we stop here. Time is up today. Is there any question? Of course, here it's all realization, so no questions. Okay. We say our prayer. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Thank you very much. Thank you. Next Sunday, Swami Aparanandaji will give a talk. And there will be no class on Thursday because of Thanksgiving, and then no class on Friday, as I have to go to Calgary.
O Mother Divine, O Mother Divine, O Mother Divine, I take shelter in Thee. Eyes of compassion and heart filled with love, the look of forgiveness I've always dreamt of, Durga Ma, Durga Ma. Durga, Durga, Sharade. Your arms to protect me from evil and fear. Your mercy fulfills me with a love that's so clear. Durga Ma, Durga Ma. Oh Mother Divine, my Mother Divine, oh Mother Divine, I take shelter in Thee. Oh Mother Divine, oh Mother Divine, oh Mother Divine, I take shelter in